Okay. That's probably good. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, we're going to tighten that sucker down. Alright. So, now that I've got those, what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to notch this out so that the cable sits flush out the side. Well, we might as well plug it in and see if it works. Alright, so put that there. Screw our bulb in. Alright, now I just got to go plug this in somewhere.
Plug this in and see what happens.
Hey, look at that. We just made a lamp. It's pretty cool, huh, guys? Alright, so no smoke, no fire. So now, going over here, the goal is to mount it up on the ceiling, like that. Here, let me turn the light off so you guys can actually see here. Alright, so now we can kind of see. So the idea will be, this will be mounted like that. Sorry, I can barely reach the ceiling. And I'm going to put one right there. And then I'm going to put one right over on the other side, right over there. And that should give me, these are 500 watt equivalent bulbs. So that should give me, two of them give me 1,000 watts of light directly down on the desk and the rest of the room. I think it's going to be cool. Anyways, guys, hope this video gave you a nerdgasm. I'll do another follow-up video later with them actually mounted on the ceiling and everything, but I'm too tired to do that right now. But I figured since I have insomnia, I'd make a little video because I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. And don't worry, a lot of videos are coming. Look at all that stuff I got to unbox. And I got to unbox that. Then there's even another box of stuff down there I got to unbox. I've got unboxings out of the wazoo. And
1,000 watt
crazy
bulbs.
Stuff coming for the simulator.
500
so guys, if
watt
you're
bulbs.
racing nuts, I know I haven't been producing a lot of racing videos lately, but hang in there, man. Something big is coming. Trust me on this. Well, that's about all I got to say tonight. So, guys, I taught you how to make a lamp. If you burned your house down, you didn't learn it from me. All right, take it easy, guys. Until next time. Going to sleep.
If you burned your house down,
I really
you
hope
didn't
you
learn
enjoyed
it
this
from
video.
me.
If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys. Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacles. Now, when you're shooting YouTube videos, the most important thing is light. So on this episode of Jerry Rigged, I'm going to show you how to create a whole lot more light using a couple things off Amazon.com and a little ingenuity.
I used a big word.
Yeah, look at the space he's got, man.
Alright guys, so like I said, when shooting video, light is a problem. You have to have lots of it. So you can see up here, I already built two compact CFL arrays that hold 2 bulbs each on both sides right over my desk. They give me a lot of ambient light, but sometimes that's not enough and I still have to use a high ISO. And then on the ceiling in my office, you can see up there I have one giant 100 watt CFL, but because it's a canister light, it's recessed in there, so I don't get a lot of the light surrounding around the room. So we're going to go ahead and jerry rig something up to solve that. Alright, so you guys can see what everything looks like through each stage. Right now I have one LED light array pointed at my face. and you can get an idea of how grainy the video is and how dark the video is. Now with this remote control, I can actually turn on the 2 light arrays that I just showed you up overhead, and now you can see how the camera adjusts and how much better the picture looks like with that additional. Now let me go turn on the overhead lamp, that 100-watt CFL that I showed you, and watch how much improvement we get off that. It's virtually nothing. Alright, so now I have the 2 lights on overhead. I have the canister light on the ceiling with the 100-watt CFL in it running, and the LED array. So you can see as I increase the light in the room, the picture quality tends to get better because I can bring the shutter speed down, and the camera can actually take a much crisper, better picture. So more light is better. Plus, the more ambient light that I have, the better that I can control the way the screens look. Alright, so now let's go ahead and jerry-rig this thing and see how much more light we can get. Alright, so I ordered up a few parts from Amazon. Here we have a socket adapter, and what the socket adapter does is it allows you to lengthen one of your existing lights and direct it in any direction that you want. The reason why I got this is to combat the canister on the ceiling, because I want to expose as much of the light bulb as I can outside of that fixture. I also purchased a flash socket adapter, which will allow me to take
Couldn't resist playing games, could you?
plug 4 light bulbs into 1 light bulb socket. Now, obviously, with this will
Hey, whoa, Pajat.
Couldn't resist playing games, could you?
canister. So again, we needed this to get the bulbs outside of the canister.
JR Junior.
And then we're going to use
Thanks
this
for
to
the host,
adapt it to
man.
4
Nice
bulbs.
one. 200
Now, I checked all
centimeters
the
going your way.
voltage and wattage requirements, and it looks like we're barely within the max
Couldn't resist playing games, could you?
components. So disclaimer, this may burn down your house.
Well,
Okay, last but not least, I picked up some Alzo digital.
that's pretty cool of you, man. I am actually just shutting down in about
bulbs. It's the same bulbs
5
that I
more
use in
minutes,
both
so
fixtures over my desk.
I will do appreciate the host.
Don't want to mix a bunch of bulbs, because I tried that when I started using LEDs and CFLs,
Stream
and I got
won't
little
load.
different color temperatures
It should do. It should be loaded.
all over the room, and it really screwed with editing. So
I'm
make sure
actually
that all
watching
the bulbs
somebody's
in your room are
YouTube
exactly
videos at the
identical
moment,
in every
though,
single
so
way if you can manage to get around it. And I found
Just trying to get some lighting.
these bulbs work incredibly well. I've been using them for a while now. And you can buy them from Amazon in a pack of 4, or you can buy them individually. The links are all down in the description.
Yeah, I've got a green screen, but
You
I
can actually have an
can't
Amazon
actually get it
affiliate link. If you
working.
guys want to purchase any of this stuff, I have links right in the description that'll take you right to the items.
Alright, it's time to get the jerry rigging. Bat knife. No, 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 bat knife.
Oh, yeah.
Bat knife.
All right, there we have the adapter. These things are
Blackwater days. Yeah,
actually really
sector
heavy duty.
battles.
You can turn them and point them in any direction that you want, and it actually will hold quite a bit of weight. All right, so now to prepare the bulbs. These CFL bulbs have really wide bases, so make sure that from the measurements that they will actually fit in this, because this is a really close fit. Now this setup works, so if you use the links in the description, you'll definitely have a
God, how many lights?
system, but just be warned, they are very close and there's not a lot of clearance. Now CFLs don't generate a lot of heat, but you should still be really careful and keep an eye on the fixture when you're running it, because with this many bulbs in this proximity, it's still going to get pretty hot. Now there you have it, Super Bulb, dun dun dun.
God.
Oh yeah,
Super Bulb.
patent pending. Not really. Okay, and last but not least, we screw this bad boy on here. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Get down there fairly tight. Don't want to ratchet it down too hard. Yeah, that looks pretty ominous. Well, let's see how well it works. That's why this show's called Jerry Rigged and not absolutely theoretically proven and safe rigged. Alright, I'm standing on my GT Omega chair. Seems to be holding rather well. Let's see how hot it got. Now, these 100-watt CFLs do get pretty hot, so I just turned it off, and it's definitely a hot potato. Hot. Alright, guys. Super Bowl. Dun, dun, dun. Screw it up there into the socket.
Wow, look at
It's a
them.
ratcheting system, so you can keep turning it without damaging the socket. And you can even tilt it at an angle, and it will hold even with all that bulb weight on there, which is pretty amazing. So now I've got these kind of tilted towards my rig. It doesn't really matter with CFLs, but it does give you a little bit of movement so you can play around with it, which is nice. All right, there she is. 4 45-watt CFLs and a 4-array plugged into a canister light, and all of them are exposed so all that light can reach the ceiling and bounce off. It's awesome. Okay, let's fire it up and see how it looks.
And Barnacle said, "Let there be light." Whoa.
My God.
Oh, that is a lot of light. Now, the thing with CFLs is they don't reach their full potential on their light until you leave them on for like 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let these warm up, and you can see how that light compares. See how the camera adjusts, point at that one versus that one? It is a lot more light. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like now with all of the lights on. So this includes the 4 new bulbs that I put up in the jerry-rigged fixture, my 2 sets of lights right above me, and the LED face lamp, which honestly isn't doing anything right now because the room is so incredibly bright.
Don't generate a lot of heat. He's just trying to just turned it off and it will burn in his hands.
Lighting changes because I do have it set to do auto exposure, so it's always going to try to make me look the same, but hopefully you can see that the light is more full and that the image has less noise in it because it's using a lower ISO. When I started, before putting that array in and just using the 100 watt CFL on the ceiling recessed into the recessed lighting receptacle.
Man, that's a lot of recesses.
Basically, I was having to use an ISO of 1600 to 2000 to maintain F10 depth of field. Now, with that in place, I think I'm sitting at right around 1000 ISO and maybe even a little bit under that to produce the same result. So the camera, in theory, is producing a much better image. So one other really cool thing to note about compact fluorescent bulbs, a lot of people say, why don't I go LED? Well, the truth is the CFL bulbs produce a more diffused light, I've noticed. The LEDs seem like the light that comes out of them is more directional. You don't get that whole light coming off the same all the way around where you do with the CFL bulb. But the trade-off is CFL still produces a fair amount of heat. You have to realize each one of those bulbs is still 45 watts. So even though it's putting off way more light than an incandescent bulb would, it's still producing a fair amount of heat, where the LED bulbs would produce nearly nothing. Well, luckily for me, I have a dedicated air conditioner in this room, so I can afford to create some more heat in exchange for the light. Now, another cool thing you can do with Super Bulb is if you have a lamp fixture, you can actually drop the extension piece, just put the 4-port adapter in there with the bulbs, and now you have a lamp that's capable of creating a lot of light. Now, I wouldn't recommend using the extension piece in a vertical orientation because it does tend to lean a little bit and put a lot of stress on the socket. So I'd only recommend it for like hanging from a canister lamp or another light fixture from the ceiling. But if you are using a lamp, you can do this, and it makes the light much more mobile. So for instance, I'll just stick it out here on the floor in front of me, right next to the camera, and you can see how that light affects the scene. And now it's a little bit more mobile, so I can move it around. Here's put it over on the other side of the camera. And it's on the floor. You know, you can kind of see the difference. Or I can put it up higher, off to the side. Give myself a lot of light from the side. So it's nice that it can move around. But for my application, I want pretty much overwhelming widespread light. So that's why I'm using the fixture on the ceiling. But realistically, you can do this with anything. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Jerry Rigged. I have a lot of fun making these videos and solving my problems and sharing the solutions with you guys. Again, everything's down in the description as far as links if you'd like to tackle this project yourself. Also, make sure you check your wiring codes wherever you live and what kind of wattage the receptacles on your ceiling can handle. Everything here is within a safety tolerance. All the components that I'm using handle the wattage, the extension, the adapter for 4 bulbs.
You all of a sudden want to go make a Super Bulb lamp.
Including the receptacle on the ceiling. But make sure that that's the case where you live.
I'm going to have to end stream, guys, because it's nearly 6 o'clock here. I'm knackered.
And maximum, you're going to be calling the fire department, and then you're going to have a really bright light where your house used to be. It's going to be like a blazing inferno.
There's
Don't
2
burn
more
your house
videos.
down, guys.
I won't be even
So if you
watch
found this
them
video
yet.
informational and entertaining, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and most of all, come over and
You
follow
sent
me
me
on
4, didn't you? That's one. That's
Twitter. I'm trying to
second
build
one
up
we've
my
got.
social networking audience because I love talking to you guys.
3.
I share tips and tricks on how to use computers, life tips, tech tips, YouTube tips, you name it.